Yo, Bugsy, we're on. Oh. Sorry. Sometimes I just kind of hum the theme of Undertale sometimes before we start videos. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's kind of just I don't know. I just feel like Undertale is sort of a part of me in a way, in more ways than one. But hey, not here to talk about that. If you want to see a Bugsy and Flowey video, Bugsy and Flowey and Sans video, another one should be coming this week. Hopefully, if I'm not doing anything. I'm giving ukulele today also, so and the Injustice review is coming. I'd say tomorrow. The Injustice review is coming tomorrow, so yeah, it's gonna be fun, kids. But basically though, um, I wanted to talk about Bugsy the Hedgehog. Now, I'm gonna tell you what happens to Bugsy the Hedgehog, YZ, and Sonic Forces. And you know, if anybody doesn't like it, if anybody doesn't like my OC and me talking about it, click something else. There's a whole bunch of videos I have that have nothing to do with my OC. There are a whole bunch of other videos you can go on. Okay? Or if you don't want to go on my, or if you don't want to look at my, if you don't want to look at my channel, just go somewhere else. You know, if you're gonna give me a dislike, go right ahead. But if this really wasn't anything you wanted to see, you should probably just leave. Saying that now before I unload, um, I unload Bugsy the Hedgehog's lore. But since his lore is so tied to Sonic Freedom Fighters, you will not get a lot of spoilers, just the main one, because at the very end of Sonic Freedom Fighters, which again might change, and especially with Sonic Forces because of all the wibbly wobbly, timey wimey shenanigans. Now let's talk about Bugsy the Hedgehog. Okay. Basically, he's Sir Charles' son. Whether he's adopted or not, I still kind of don't know if I'm really gonna go with him being adopted. That used to be the original plan, but I kind of think it'd be kind of cool if like Sir Charles was Bugsy's, you know, actual biological father. You know, it just makes more sense. Um, but anyways, a lot of things happened in the course of Sonic Freedom Fighters through Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3. Yeah, I'm thinking 3 seasons. But after everything's said and done, with everything being done, Robotnik being defeated for the last time, Sally and Sonic get married. And with Robotnik finally done, Sonic already seeing the world when he was fighting Robotnik and dealing with everything else, he finally just says, Sally, I'll be king. I'll be king. Because really, there's nothing else for Sonic to be fighting for or anything, you know? So he decides to be king. And thinks of it as a new kind of experience. Now, Bugsy Hedgehog at the lake at their wedding, he just goes like, well, that's everything. He says his goodbyes to Sonic. He goes like, Blue, don't worry about me. I'll find something. You know, just don't worry about me. I'll keep in touch. Okay, Sonic? Don't you worry. Until Sonic said, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me either. Don't worry about. Tell her I said, don't worry about me either. Don't worry about me either, Miss Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me, my queen. I will probably return. He still kind of flirts with. He still kind of says that to Sonic, even though it's basically him just kind of flirting with Sally just a bit. Just kind of keeping that old, the kind of, his tone. Because in the other seasons of Sonic Freedom Fighters, he becomes a lot more serious. And the joke, him being kind of the jokey, the scientific, the scientific guy, the and the jokey guy kind of him being the jokey guy kind of stops. But after they defeat Robotnik, he just kind of goes back to being what he used to be before all this. The guy that used to be scientific, but also made a whole bunch of jokes. But okay, so so Bugsy Hedgehog, speeds off because yeah, him and Sonic do have the same kind of speed. They can't beat each other. It's kind of like in the same kind of ballpark. Their speed, let's just say one can't gain, can't be faster than the other. They're about like the same. They're the same when it comes to speed. Okay, but I can't tell you this. Why is he red and blue? Well, he was working some tests on the portable. Well, Robotnik was okay. He basically started life as just a typical. It's a typical cyan blue hedgehog. Kind of looking like a mixture. Kind of looking like a mixture between. Kind of looking like a mixture between. I would say. He just looked. Well, kind of like Sonic just had cyan, and its quills looked a lot different. But when Robotnik tried the portable roboticizer on Bugsy the Hedgehog for testing, it turned his fur because something went wrong with the portable roboticizer, and yeah, he became this blue and his skin became red. I would say that's because of the blood kind of flowing into his actual skin and kind of changing the pigment of his skin, which can happen, by the way. So yes, that's how he became this color. Yeah, I know. He's basically Sonic's cousin in the series, and sort of, in a way, his teacher. Helping Sonic reach his top speed. Because in the beginning, Bugsy the Hedgehog was the fastest. Sonic would get there. Sonic was getting there, but they had to speed him along a little bit. Now Sonic and Bugsy the Hedgehog are about the same. The same. Well, they're at the same kind of velocity when it comes to speed. There we go. Now, he's the only male Sonic character that's a hedgehog that actually wears actual pants. Because, yeah, at Atomic, because, let's just say the portable roboticizer did a lot of things, and, well, how shall I put this? Yeah, it's let's just say his genius shows. So he wore pants. And don't say ew. Okay, it is what it is, and that's why he wears pants. I had to have a reason why he wears goddamn pants. Okay. So okay. But Bugsy the Hedgehog basically goes, but he sees a portal. He goes into it. but he hears Robotnik laughing. And before he could get, he was way, he was like a few miles away from New Mobotropolis, so he couldn't actually just go and radio everybody for help. Because he was like, I need to see what's going on here. And besides, everybody was at peace, so he didn't feel like he needed to bother Sonic or Sally at this point. And it did seem like a time portal. Or, actually, the portal was in the shape of a world ring, so he actually went inside of it, and there we go. That's the, then he sees, like, everything in the city that Eggman's destroying. He hears Eggman's laugh throughout the city on this, like, big PA system. He's like, Egg. He's like, he doesn't call him Eggman because he calls him by what he knows him by. He goes, Robotnik. He sees Sonic and he's like, Sonic, how'd you get here? But this Sonic doesn't really know Bugsy the Hedgehog. He's looking at him like, do I know you? It's like, Sonic. He's like, Sonic, it's me. It's Bugsy, your cousin. How can you not remember me? And Sonic looks at him and says, I don't have any. He's like, I don't have any family. Yeah, because, like, I'm just gonna say that Sonic never really had family in the games. Because Sega Japan doesn't want it, so we're just gonna kind of say that Sonic was always kind of maybe an orphan in the games. I don't think he's homeless. A lot of people say that Sonic's homeless, but I don't believe that he is. I think he has a home, but he just doesn't go to it very often because he's just always wanting adventure and always wanting to go to different places. He's kind of like Goku in that one-track mindedness, you know what I mean? Like, Goku wants to fight strong guys, Sonic just wants adventure. So there are some similarities between Sonic and Goku. Just thought I'd say that. But then he sees classic Sonic, is like, wait, how? Oh my God, this is a different reality, a different time, a different dimension. Well, I don't know how I can get back, but since I'm here anyway, let's go crack Buttnik. So yeah, basically that's how Bugsy the Hedgehog basically enters Sonic Forces. I am so hoping that they can let you change the color palette, because Bugsy the Hedgehog will not look the same without his red and blue. It's kind of like the one thing about him that kind of is kind of striking. I mean, I know I'm not going to be able to make abs on him like my friend put abs on him. But, so he's not going to be, like, ripped. He's not going to be ripped. But I do kind of want him to just kind of look like this, just a bit. I've seen the gloves, so the gloves and the shoes are no problem. But I want to know, will you actually have pants in the game? Because, I mean, I'm going to have to we're just going to be like, oh, he doesn't have any pants in the game. And they have to be exactly like his jeans. Yeah, I just want to get, I just want to get his basic design down. He doesn't have to have have muscles, even though I kind of like that, because he's smart, but you see his muscles. He's like, he can also do some damage on some people. And tell me, please tell me, why does the bear get the homing attack? Okay? Why does the bear get the homing attack? What does bears and homing attacks have to do with anything? But the hedgehog doesn't get the homing attack. No, no, no. The hedgehog doesn't get the homing attack. See, that's the only thing I'm mad about when it comes to the custom created characters. Like the bear, like the homing attack with the bear. That's the only thing I'm mad about. Also, if they have more character slots, I want to make Archie characters. Like I want to make Antoine. Yeah, I want to make Antoine. Don't you, don't you fucking judge me. I do like Antoine. I like how he was in the. I like how he was in the pre-Genesis wave and post-Genesis wave. Because on one side, we had Antoine, he was scared, but after a while, he fought, even though he was scared, he fought anyway. And in the post-Genesis wave, he's a lot more brave, which I feel like kind of takes away from what he was in the first part of the comic. But hey, whatever. A little bit of a fun fact: if I did the storyline where Antoine was in a coma with Bugsy in the Sonic Freedom Fighters continuity, uh, other than Bunny, and other than Bunny, I feel like Bugsy the Hedgehog would be the one that visits him every day, because in the continuity of Sonic Freedom Fighters, Antoine and Antoine and Bugsy the Hedgehog fight a lot because again, he's the dude in the front lines, and Antoine's just the dude that at the time would be shaking in the background. So, even with that line, the line I love, he goes like, "Why are you even a freedom fighter? Why are you even freedom fighter, Twan? You don't do anything for anybody. You constantly are afraid, and you constantly get jealous of me and Sonic when really there's no need. We're in a war zone, Ant. We're in a war zone, and we don't need your personal qualms in a war zone, and just stuff like that. But but let's just say when Ant's in his coma, because it would have happened the exact same way it did in the comic book. He'd just be like, "Antoine, I know I've always given you a hard time, but that's only because I knew you could do it. I know that I always kind of make jokes at your expense also. But you showed me time and time again that I was wrong. Just, Antoine, just please wake up. Please. So I can tell you I'm sorry. Myself. And maybe maybe I can actually boost your ego for you. Maybe." He actually does cry though a little bit, like if I didn't make that clear. What's some other stuff I can talk about? Um, some other stuff I can talk about. Bugsy Hedgehog. He does have a mother, but let's just say she died when he was very young. She didn't die by Robotnik. I was thinking about that. But most characters basically most custom created characters always have like their parental figures dying by Robotnik. But no, it was kind of like it was kind of something. It was kind of like she was always, Bugsy the Hedgehog's mother was like very sick, very sick, and you could say that the reason why Bugsy the Hedgehog is so like he's a hedgehog of science. It's mostly because it's mostly attributed to um, him wanting to help people with science and you know get in the find cures for people because her disease was unidentifiable. No one knew what it was. Charles and Bugsy the Hedgehog would often be in the hospital a lot because they didn't feel like going home. They didn't feel like going home and leaving her there, so they were there. And this happened like a few years before Robotnik actually took over. Now, Bugsy the Hedgehog never really trusted Julian to begin with. He never did. Like, he always knew he was up to something. And, like, Robotnik was there. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your wife, Charles. Stiff up a lip. Stiff up a lip, Bugsy. Stiff up a lip. And even when he was little, he just never trusted Robotnik at all. He never trusted him. Like, and even when he was doing the coup, like Bugsy the Hedgehog, like knew. He knew. He tried to get his dad out as fast as he could. But he had two choices. Save his dad or save Sonic and the others. With the help of Rosie he actually found not he's the one that actually found Knothole. And yeah, there's kind of a 1 year difference between the age of Sonic and Bugsy the Hedgehog. Not a huge one. It's just like, okay, like say since Bugsy the Hedgehog is like 25. Not saying that's my actual age, just putting it out there. It's like 25, but like it's so they are kind of the same age. But I would say that Bugsy the Hedgehog matured a little bit faster than Sonic at that moment. Like they were the same age, but he basically matured faster. And when they were all old enough and smart enough and foolish enough, they decided to concoct little plans to stop Robotnik. And leading the charge with Sonic and Sally was always Bugsy the Hedgehog. He was always the guy that was the techie, but he was if Rotor was the mechanic, I'd say that Bugsy the Hedgehog was the he was the techie that could get physical. He was the techie that could get physical with you and beat the shit out of you if the need striked him. Yeah. And he was kind of the second tactician of the group. Sally would think of plans, and Bugsy the Hedgehog would be kind of thinking around them just in case one of those plans ever went up in smoke. Which I kind of enjoyed. That was the best part of his character. one of his many failings is the fact that he overthinks things way too much to the point where it kind of puts everybody in danger almost. But after all these different times of him fighting Eggman and you know them kind of winning, losing, it sort of changed him a bit. Not a lot, but a bit. Then in season 3, like supposedly the last fight of Eggman, I don't know. Maybe I'll make more. Maybe I'll think of making more seasons. But again, him being in forces kind of happens at the end of the timeline before the 25 years later arc that I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm doing my own movies 25 years later with hedgehogs, not echidnas, fucking hedgehogs. Yeah, Kim Petras can't get me for that. I'm doing that with hedgehogs, man. Since Kim Petras had echidnas, Sonic Freedom Fighters is gonna deal mostly in the hedgehogs, and the Acorn Royal family. We're still gonna have Knuckles, but he's not really gonna have much of a backstory. It's gonna be mostly how he is in the games. Yeah. And maybe you might see Sonic siblings from Sonic Underground. I don't know how that's gonna work. Well, actually, I do, but I'm not gonna tell you. But yeah, that's gonna happen. I don't know whether it's gonna be a special or it's actually gonna be canon, but I'm thinking of it, thinking about it. So yeah, Bugsy the Hedgehog really did start as a bunch of abstract ideas I had as a child. Like, what if Sonic had like a brother? You know, first he kind of when I was little, he was basically the long lost brother of Sonic. I mean, a lot of kids did that. But after a while, and after me seeing like, oh, this character's like the long lost brother to Sonic. This character's the long lost brother to Sonic. That character's the long lost brother to Sonic. And my buddy Paul doing that. I was like, my buddy. Now he goes on YouTube as Vengeful Paul, which I think is pretty cool. Actually, pretty badass. I ain't gonna lie. But he had his character as the long lost brother to Sonic, and I just felt like, yeah, I want him to be. I wanted. The thing is, you can believe that Bugsy the Hedgehog is related to Sonic in a way, but he's not related to him by being his brother, but he is still family by being his cousin. And the thing about Bugsy the Hedgehog and Sonic that is that they do act like brothers. They act like twin brothers almost. I was gonna add Duke because he was gonna be Sonic's actual brother, and there was actually gonna be a little bit of conflict between Bugsy the Hedgehog and Duke. But I don't know. I'm thinking of cutting him because we don't need any more hedgehogs as supposedly Sonic's family. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, guys. I'm like heads or tails with it, So I don't really know. What else can I talk about? Let me see. What else? Actually, I've been thinking. I want to give him a little vest. I mean, in Sonic Forces, I think giving him a little vest would be cool. Go with the pants. You see a little bit. You see his chest, but he also has like an actual like vest or something. You know what I mean? The gloves are actually still there, but I'm thinking of like changing it from one of those freaking spike gloves. You kind of like the spike gloves that the custom hero character had in the trailer, because I like those. I feel like he would, at this point in his freedom fighter career, actually, like, his gloves would be like kind of high techish in a way. And he will have his, he will basically, it's not shown in this picture, but yes, he's mostly seen with a kind of Dragon Ball Z-esque scouter to talk to his AI and HUD for his freaking gadgets, because he was the gadget guy too. Like, he was the, like, Rotor was the mechanic, Tails became the techie, but then he started to become the gadget guy. So him having gadgets won't be that big of a deal. But I want him to have the scouter because it's just like, because that's his way of talking to Meta. He's like, and Meta, is kind of just his AI, kind of like how Nicole is for, Nicole is for Sally. But the thing is, because he actually, in a prior fight with Eggman, when he was Eggman, somehow Meta was able to create sentience. He is kind of his little sort of sidekick. And there are times where they, Meta will bicker with Bugsy Hedgehog on how to take care of a situation. And that's when he started to actually experiment with wisp weapons too. He's like, Meta, arm the flamethrower. But Bugsy, we haven't even tested it. I know, Meta. I know. We're gonna test it by doing. Bugsy, that's awful reckless. I know, Meta, but it's gonna be fun. Organic life forms and their knack for destruction. Yep. Yep, but keep me posted on some of the new gadgets I have you working on in the portable lab, because we're gonna be using a lot of them. That's pretty much it for Bugsy Hedgehog. I didn't want to spoil too much, but his personality reverts back into season 1. His season 1 personality, where he's the dude that always made the jokes. He was serious, but when the timing was right, he'd make jokes. But yeah, that's about it. That's my OC. I'm just saying, hey, if you have a Sonic OC, tell me about it, or make a video about it. Tell me what makes your character great. Does he have any flaws? Does he have any weaknesses? Remember, your character having weaknesses makes it a great character already, because it has something he overcomes. Like his overthinking and the kind of him he actually did create. He actually did help. He actually did help his father make the roboticizer too, so he does hold a little bit of guilt. Oh, with that, I forgot to mention that. So he does have his own little share of flaws that he must overcome. And he kind of does towards the end of his timeline. But yeah, that's my character, and if none of you liked it, well, too bad. It's my channel. I'll do what the fuck I want. If you don't like it and you don't like OCs, don't fucking watch this video. Go do something else. Fuck if you guys want to hate on Sonic Forces so goddamn much, talk about Sonic Mania. I hear no one talking about Sonic Mania. But everybody's talking about Sonic Forces to hate on it, and then we got a whole bunch of people that are trying to be positive. But that's about it. That is about it for my little Bugsy the Hedgehog. Again, if anybody thought it was cringy, well, fucking too bad. The internet's cringy, folks. And just because it's cringy to you may not be cringy to another person. So, if it's cringy to you, fuck off. You probably shouldn't have been on this video in the goddamn first place. Okay? Okay. Covered all my bases. See you later.